what all monotheists are told to do, and admire the man who said, yes, I'll gut my kid to show my love of God, I'd say, no, fuck you. Who can create us sick, as apparently we are, and then order us on pain of eternal torture to be well again. For a child made in the image of God, oh no, you're not. You're a faggot. And you can't join your church and you can't go to heaven. This is disgraceful. It's inhuman.
Well, I just put together this video and I just went on because I'm very upset right now about Trump winning. Honestly, I didn't think it would happen. Last night I was feeling pretty darn good. I was making fun of Trump supporters. This is what Trump supporters will do when they lose, and I put up some clips of children having temper tantrums. I really didn't think it would happen that Clinton would lose. I didn't think there were enough idiots in this country that would be conned by this horrible man. And I was wrong. I was wrong. But here's the thing that I forgot to say in my video, so I want to say it before. I'll just add this to the start of my video as like an introduction. People have this idea that Trump cares. You know, he says things as they are. Well, he's a con artist, and he's a very good one, obviously. But this idea that he cares about the working class people, or the poor, or the middle class, or the homeless, or the jobless, you think he cares about that? No, he really doesn't. He's never known a moment in his life where he didn't have endless amounts of money. He's never known what it's like to work hard for everything. He doesn't even know how to appreciate what he has. He's never had to work a day in his life. And he stepped on little people to get where he is. He stepped on little people and ruined people's lives to get where he is. He doesn't care. And now that he's going to be president, you're going to find out very soon just how much he doesn't care. And it isn't just that he doesn't care. He has utter contempt for people who are not like him. He has utter contempt for the little working stiff trying to get through each day. And if you're a woman and you're not beautiful, he doesn't feel like you have the same rights to have the same kind of opportunities as beautiful women. He doesn't think that you should be working. You know, I mean, he fires women if they're not beautiful enough. Doesn't matter how hard they work or how well they work. So his attitude toward women who aren't as beautiful, they're just not as deserving. They're not as deserving to be happy as beautiful women are. You know, and all you beautiful women who think he's wonderful, wait till you get old and you aren't so beautiful anymore. He thinks that women who are over 30, basically, at that point, what good are they? That's what you've elected. You think this man is going to care about the working class and the middle class and the poor and the homeless and the people without insurance and the veterans? You have been so conned. And because you've been conned, and because you mindlessly voted for this horrible psychopath, which is what he is, I don't even know what's going to happen to this world. I don't know what's going to happen to our country. I don't know what's going to happen to the international community. I feel like you just killed my country. I cried when Bush was elected. I thought Bush would destroy America, and he almost did. And I would rather have 20 more years of President Bush than 1 year of Trump. So, thank you. Really, really, thank you for killing America. And thank you for killing our environment. GOP, really, thank you. But you know, if we can survive Trump, there is one small silver lining. I think this will destroy the GOP forever. Between Bush and then Sarah Palin and now this thing, if we can survive the next 4 years, if the planet can survive, if our environment can survive the next 4 years, I don't think the GOP will exist anymore. So maybe that's the one good thing. Anyway, here's the video I made. Yeah, I'm the one that's feeling really bad now. I should remake the video and show me having a temper tantrum, because that's how I feel. I don't actually feel angry though. I just feel really incredibly disappointed in my country. Very, very sad, very, very scared, and very disappointed in my country. So it's election day, and it's getting close to the end of election day. And I'm looking at the United States map on the New York Times website. And I'm trying to add the points up, no matter how I figure it. Hillary isn't going to win the race. Trump is. Which means all these white people who didn't go to college, who were fooled by a con man, are going to have their way. And all these Republican women who think that it's the natural order of things that men should rule over women, and that women should be good little domestics that stay at home and let the government own their bodies if they should get pregnant and not have any say over what happens to them if they get pregnant, they're going to have their way. It just makes me sick in my stomach. I feel like, okay, our environment is teetering on the edge, and working right now to try to fix it, it still might not be fixable because we waited too long. The damage is so bad that we're having these superstorms, and they get worse every year. And the polar ice caps are melting, and animals are going extinct at a record rate. And we're going to have a president whose son goes out and kills beautiful endangered animals with guns. We're going to have a president who doesn't care about the environment and actually thinks that global warming is a myth. He's going to not discourage fossil fuel. We're going to continue to use fossil fuel, and we're going to continue to cause more damage to the planet. And if we pull out of the global effort to stop the carbon monoxide that's getting into the atmosphere, other countries will too. So the damage to our atmosphere and to our environment will continue to get worse. Trump doesn't see that the environment is a concern. I worry that our national parks will go away because, that's valuable real estate that can be used for so much more important things like building condos and strip malls. I have a feeling that our parks will go away. I have a feeling our Grand Canyon will be developed. We'll put malls in the Grand Canyon because that's what Trump's about. He doesn't value the natural world. He doesn't value animals. He doesn't value the forest. He values money. So the beauty that's left on this planet is going to be in immediate danger. The animals, the wild animals that have habitat still on this planet are going to be in danger. How much damage can this man do? He has a temper that he takes everything incredibly personal, and he lashes out. He's mentally unstable. I honestly don't understand why they let him run when he showed himself to be so emotionally unstable. They should have disqualified him on the grounds that he was unfit, but they didn't. And now we have a psychopath, which is what he is. He is a psychopath. He is a sociopath. He doesn't feel guilt or remorse for anything that he does running the country. And this man thinks that women, well, he said in an interview that it was dangerous for women to work. It's dangerous to let your wife work. He gets angry if he comes home and his little missus hasn't put dinner out. This is a man who's got dinosaur attitudes about women. So much progress that women have made. What's going to happen to that progress? And we have a leader of our country who thinks women, the only reason women exist are to be please men. They need to be beautiful, they need to be thin, they need to be young, and they need to build their lives around being mothers and good little wives, and not have dreams and hopes and ambitions of their own, and not strive to succeed. We have a woman that is brilliant. The chances of women ever winning the presidency, my feeling is I don't think women will ever win the presidency, because what other woman are we going to ever have that is as qualified and experienced and talented and intelligent as Hillary Clinton? And if she wasn't able to do it, what woman will ever be able to do it? Bottom line is, in this world, if you are born and you don't have a dick between your legs, you just don't get to. You don't get to be whatever, the feeling that you have when you're a little kid that you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it, that the potential that you have is limitless, isn't true if you don't have a dick. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how hard you try. If you try too hard, people are going to resent you and villainize you and treat you like shit and make up things about you to turn people against you. I'm sorry, but we can't have the men's club disrupted. We can't have women in the boys-only club. Doesn't matter how hard you try, you don't have a dick. And all the men who have this attitude that women just can't lead, they got their way. They got their way. And it's not just men, because there's all these women brought up by religion, brought up by patriarchal religion, who actually walk around thinking that what the Bible says about women or what the Quran says about women is actually true. Oh, don't question the authority of a man. Don't speak unless you're spoken to. Women should not teach men or have authority over men. Women should, if they have questions at church, they should go home and ask their husbands. They should wait and not speak out in church. Women should not be the heads of the household. Women should bow to the authority of the man. There's a lot of Republican women walking around that actually feel that this is the natural way of things, that women should be less, women should be under men. Women should not try to be too smart. I mean, I'm from the generation where, yeah, girls were really encouraged to not be too smart, because men are intimidated by a woman who's too smart. Men are intimidated by a woman who tries to reach her full potential. It's funny. Women are human beings. We're half of the human race on this planet. And yet we don't get to, because we don't have a dick between our legs. Really? Is a piece of anatomy that important? Okay, men are physically stronger. The last time I checked, the President of the United States did not need to have muscles to lead the country well. And the other things that are said about women because of the Bible and the Quran, women are more emotional. Women aren't as logical. Women can't do math. Women can't do science. These are the things that I was taught when I was growing up and going to school. Well, they honestly just assumed that you're not going to do as well if you're a girl. And I was told flat out by my teachers, well, don't feel bad that you're not doing well. Girls don't do as well in math. I was told that. It was hard for me to feel like I had any hope of ever doing well in math and science, because I was told that women just don't. And these are attitudes put out by patriarchal religion. And these women, these Republicans, these evangelistic Christians, believe it. And that's another thing, the evangelical Christians, I said evangelistic, I think I just made up a word, the evangelical Christians have shown the true colors. They can never again walk around and put themselves on the pedestal looking down at everybody else and say, look at me, I have better morals and whatever. You don't. You supported a man because of you and your support of a man. And your churches, who are supposedly not supposed to involve themselves in politics, and that's how they can get away with not paying taxes, we're actually preaching in the pulpit to don't vote Republican or don't vote Democrat or you're going to go to hell, and yet they don't pay taxes. These evangelistic, there I said it again, these evangelical Christians and these churches that got themselves involved in politics but don't pay taxes, you've shown your true colors. You say you follow the Bible and you follow Jesus, and yet you support a man who deliberately set it up so that he could walk into a room full of teenage girls and ogle them and then brag about it. That's okay with you. You support a man who sexually assaults women and he brags about it, and that's okay with you. You support a man who is about to go to court for charges of rape, and there is a witness. The witness is somebody of his employment who he sent out looking for girls to come to parties. So the witness is somebody who actually worked for him. This girl who is accusing him of rape, the witness is somebody who actually did his bidding for him. It's okay. Because you know what? Anymore, rape isn't such a bad thing. A young man who's a good swimmer raped a woman behind a dumpster, but he didn't go to jail because, you know, she was unconscious behind the dumpster. She was asking for it. There's another man who took video of himself raping a toddler. In fact, I think there were 2 men raping this little toddler, and they took a video of it. They didn't go to prison either. She was just a little girl, but ultimately she is just a girl, so what does it matter? So even if Trump does get into whatever, he's found guilty of raping this young 13-year-old girl, he's not going to go to jail. And you were okay with that too. You were okay whether or not he goes to jail. It wasn't a problem for you that he might have committed rape to a young girl. You know, and it seems kind of like it's very possible that he did commit rape because it goes along with all the other things that he has demonstrated toward women and his attitude toward women, calling them pieces of ass, even letting somebody call his daughter a piece of ass, which again, evangelical Christians support a man who calls women pieces of ass. That's okay with you. It's okay with you that he set up a university basically to swindle poor people or people with a dream out of their hard-earned money. That's okay with you. That he had a fraudulent university and stole people's money. It's okay with you that he deliberately hired small business owners and received their services. They signed a contract in good faith that he would pay them the money that they expected from their hard work. He received their services and then decided, well, you know, I think I've paid you enough. You know, if you want any more money, well, you can take me to court. How many small business owners did he steal from? But that's okay with the evangelicals, that he stole from hardworking small business owners. That's okay with them. It's okay that he steals. It's okay that he was a coward and he dodged the draft, and he brags about that too. That's okay with you. I remember a day when a dodge drafter was somebody that had people felt contempt for, utter contempt for people who dodged the draft. But it's okay with you that Donald Trump did. It's okay with you that he did not contribute to the taxes for the last 18 years, that he evaded paying his taxes, and then rather than taking responsibility for it, he blamed Hillary. Well, it's because of your laws that you put together that I did that. Really? So Hillary held a gun to your head, Trump, and forced you to not pay taxes? I don't think so. You made the decision to not pay your taxes, and you even said why. Because it was smart, you said, to not pay taxes. In fact, you said that it was squandering your money to pay taxes. And what do the taxes do? They go to help roads. They go to help education. They go to help the country. But that's squandering your money, in your opinion. So you didn't pay taxes. You basically cheated the country. Poor people who hardly have 2 dimes to rub together, they paid their taxes, but you, the billionaire, didn't pay your taxes. And the evangelicals still voted for you. So evangelicals, in my opinion, you have shown your true colors. This man mocked a handicapped person. He mocked an actress who is deaf and said that she talked like a retard. And you voted for him, the evangelicals, the holier-than-thous. And you believed that Hillary Clinton was a criminal and a crook and all the things, all the horrible things that he said, even though in 2008, if you watch the video, he praises her and says she's a very nice woman. and a very intelligent woman, and he goes on and on about what a great leader she would be. In 2008, and even though it wasn't that long ago that he described himself as a Democrat and said that the economy does better when Democrats are running it. Yeah, this Republican that you just voted for, not so long ago, said he was more of a Democrat than a Republican. So he's conned you, and he's shown the world your true colors, that you, the evangelical Christians, are hypocrites, and you're full of shit. And when it comes to morals, they just fly out the window if it doesn't suit your purpose. Hillary Clinton has never been charged with anything. It was a witch hunt. Nothing was actually true. But you believed it. And you point fingers at Bill Clinton for being a lech. But you totally ignore the fact that Donald Trump is even worse. I don't think Bill Clinton actually abused, assaulted little girls. And if he did, he at least had the common sense to not brag about it. And then you blame Hillary Clinton for the actions of her husband like she and he are the same person? Hillary Clinton did not go after any women. Hillary Clinton has spent her entire life trying to serve this country and help children and help women. But you went for the criminal. You went for the con artist. You went for the thief. You went for the pervert. You went for the peeping Tom. You went for the sex predator. You went for the con artist and the coward. You went for the psychopath who, if he gets angry, he honestly doesn't see anything wrong with using nuclear weapons. He just doesn't understand why we never use our nuclear weapons. And honestly, if we can get through 4 years without nuclear weapons being used and destroying the planet, it will be a miracle considering his temperament and his fucking gigantic ego. So thank you. I want to thank the GOP especially for putting this thing into the election that had no business being there, and you even knew it. And instead of pulling the plug on this monster and saving the country, you let it continue. And now it's got the country, and it's going to destroy the country. I don't know about other people, but I am not accepting this piece of shit as my president. He's not the president, and I do not accept him. And if I could, if I had some ability to stop working and stop contributing to the society at this point, because I don't want to contribute to anything that has anything to do with that man, I would, but I still need to survive. But I'm really tempted, considering he's the role model now, I'm really tempted when the tax time comes around to just not pay my taxes, because according to the leader of my country, it's stupid to pay taxes, and it's just squandering my money, so why should I? And according to the leader of my country, if I have services rendered for me that are even slightly not to my satisfaction, I have absolute power to decide how much I want to pay, or if I want to pay. Because that's what the role model of my country is showing me, that this is acceptable behavior. I don't have to pay a bill if I don't think I'm satisfied with whatever the service was. I shouldn't have to pay the bill. I shouldn't have to pay my taxes. And maybe I won't. Maybe I will follow in the example of Donald Trump. And it just makes me sick to think of all the people that are going to be harmed by this. It makes me sick to think of all the young women that are going to be in a bad situation and they don't want to have babies, but they're going to be forced against their will, basically made into slaves, and the property of the government, not having any say over their own bodies. Pro-force will become the way of the land. Not pro-life, pro-force. Then I feel sorry for all the immigrants in this country that are going to have their families split up because of this man, this bigoted, evil man. So I just wanted to say all these things. I'm just really sick in my stomach right now. I'd never imagined that there was such a huge percentage of stupid idiots in my country, stupid knuckle-dragging mouth breathers in my country, that this thing would be able to win. And it just makes me sick. It makes me sick. But you know what? You're going to get what you got. All the people that voted for Trump, you know, he doesn't have a plan for anything that he talks about. He doesn't have a plan for creating jobs. Oh, he's got a really good plan. It's a really good plan. Yes, it's a really, really good plan. Doesn't ever say what the plan is, does he? He's got a really good plan for everything, but he never actually says what the plan is. So it'll be really interesting to see how your little hero saves the day for you in the next 4 years. It'll be really interesting. Unfortunately for America, it also might cause the death of this country, and that's why I'm very sad, because I love America and I love how far we've come, and it's all going to be unraveled because of this evil piece of shit, this Hitler. That's what he is. He's another Hitler. And you guys are just like, oh, he did that wonderful, he's going to save the day. I don't think so. And you're going to be, oh my God. And as much as I, like I said, as much as I am going to enjoy watching you, wow, you know, it's not worth what's going to happen to the environment. It's not worth what's going to happen to human rights. It's not worth what's going to happen to the international opinion of the United States that we finally have started to rebuild. It's just not worth it. As much as I would love to see Republicans and all the idiots who voted for this creature get exactly what they got, it is just not worth what's going to happen. And it makes me sick. My mom's 92 years old, and I was really happy this morning that she would finally get to see, after 240 years, she would finally get to see a woman president before she dies. It's not going to happen. And like I said at the start of this video, if Hillary Clinton, as smart and knowledgeable and experienced as she is, if she can't get it, what woman has any hope of ever getting it? And we're half the population of this planet. Women are. I just wish that this whole attitude toward women, I wish people would evolve. But you know, it's like I've said before in other videos, as long as we let patriarchal religion have a hold on us, women are never going to be anything but the chattel of men.